Hey, what's going on, good people? I'm Ryan McCrary, CEO of McCrary Financial Solutions and author of Mind Over Money, How to Think Like an Investor and Take Care of Business First. So I'm so excited, as always, to speak with you guys. So do me a favor, if you watch this on replay, type replay down in the chat, type your name and where you're from. This is a very important conversation we will be having today. So there's a famous quote that's been going around, I think, for decades now. Formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. And I 100% agree with this. I wish I heard this and was self-educating before I was going to traditional school, first grade or before, throughout all my K through 12 and college and everything. I wish I put self-education ahead of formal education because I would just be in a different place in my life. I would be able to really give back the way I wanted to. I would really have the type of fortune that I will, want to get to at some point. And not just for money's sake, just because I will use it as a tool to truly make a difference and change the world like I truly want to. But at the same time, number one, it's not too late. But I think it's important for us to train the children. So now I can literally recollect to like my first day of first grade 25 years ago. I can literally recollect all the way up to this point, up through 12th grade, up through college and bachelor's degrees. And after that, just learning on my own and learning business and entrepreneurship, stuff like that. Formal education did not prepare me for real life experiences. I'm going to repeat that again. Formal education did not prepare me for real life experiences. Formal education is good. It will teach you how to, get a job, be an employee. It'll teach you, behavior. It'll teach you, history and, other things, but it's designed in a specific way for a specific outcome. Self-education, on the other hand, will literally make you a fortune. It has made me, a lot of money so far. It has changed my thinking. It has taught me things that are relevant to my everyday life. This is something that is extremely important. A few weeks ago, I had a conversation with the 100 Black Men of Philadelphia, the youth. And it's interesting, me, like at 31, I feel like it's a good age because I'm not too old, whereas though some of the kids may not see me as relatable, or you're just an old head, even though some people actually call me that now, which is funny. But I'm also young enough, whereas though, I'm a millennial. I am still, part of the new generation or whatever you want to call it. And it's kind of in between, whereas like I'm over 30, like I'm not that young. Like, I remember the 90s. I remember when I had a pager. I remember, coming up and it's just stuff like that, as far as, and as far as just me being older, I'm still over 30. Like I'm not no kid. Like I know what's going on in the world. But at the same time, I'm not that old, whereas I can still relatable to the youth. And I say all that to say it's just an interesting dynamic on the way education is. Me seeing it as a millennial, as a generation, and having my mindset shift, having the opportunity switch in my mind, whereas though I grew up the traditional way, go to school, get a job, go to college, try to get the best job, get a good job, get benefits, work for 40 years, retire, get your pension, get your 401k, and then, enjoy retirement. But throughout the course of my life, a few years back, I seen that wasn't really that relevant for today's society. So I seen, number one, when it comes to education and just go to school, go to college to get a good job, when that thought process was manufactured, student loan debt was not out of control. So number one, and it's still, the crazy thing is now in our community, it's still the same. The same narrative is still, the mainstream narrative that people are pushing. And I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying you're a bad person for that. I'm just saying this needs to be reevaluated. This needs to be reevaluated as far as, everybody, the main goal is just to go to college. Yes, going to college is great. Going to college for me was a great experience. I probably wouldn't be sitting here doing what I'm doing today if I somehow didn't get that training or that knowledge, that insight, even some of the connections and, relationships I built. Absolutely. Everything happens for a reason. I'm not saying that's bad. All I'm saying is this needs to be reevaluated. Number one, student loan debt wasn't like it was in the past. Jobs are harder to come by than they used to 10, 15, 20 years ago in the 90s and before. Wages and stuff like that for getting a bachelor's or getting a master's degree usually transitioned into a job that paid you a good wage. A job that you would get raises and bonuses quarterly or annually, stuff like that, where you could keep up with cost of living. You could pay back the student loan debt in a good amount of time. But now that's just not the case. And then there's also something now that changed the world, like when the cotton gin, changed in the Industrial Revolution. There's something right now that's doing that right this minute. What is that thing? Before I say it, type it down in the chat and let me know what it is. If you're confused on what it is, it's something called the internet. It's something called the internet that has changed the world. It's still changing the world. And this is literally just the beginning of the digital revolution. So I say all that to say is just for the future for our children, we need to be educating them and ourselves in completely different ways. I have a child, two children, but my oldest child is 9, almost 10 years old, and I see what they are doing. What are they always on? They're always on this. They are always on. They don't even go outside no more. They don't even play outside anymore. They are all on this. What are they on? YouTube, making slime, Fortnite, a Switch, or whatever they call it. All of them are on this device. All of them are on this device. Now, my thing is, what else are you teaching your children? Let me know. What else are you teaching your children? Because, like I said, when I grew up and I only, got formal education, stuff like that, I swear to God, I wish I would have learned financial literacy, investing, business, entrepreneurship, selling, marketing, wealth and investments and real estate and everything. I wish I would have learned that growing up. I wish I would have been part of my household. I wish it would have been part of the culture that I grew up in, but it wasn't. And, like I can say 20, 25, 30 years ago, we didn't have the same opportunities and access to information. Now, currently, we live in the information age. This is the information age. But, I can even see, like I said, I'm not even that old, but in my lifetime, like I can see you couldn't just go on the internet and start learning how to invest in the stock market like that. 20, 25 years ago, it's like, all right, I want to learn how to invest in the stock market. You might have to go to some seminar. You might have to go, to the library and look up, a Dewey Decimal System and get, a librarian to, walk you to, the shelf where there are a lot of books on it. You don't know what you're reading. You know what I mean? You don't know which one is which, and stuff like that. Now we have the internet. I didn't have access to influencers and people doing amazing things in the African American community and outside of the community where I could just go on and just learn from them like that. Now you can go on YouTube, you can go on Facebook, and you can learn from people like that. You can learn information. You can be a part of different things going on. But are you teaching your children this? Is this being taught to your child in your household? So Christmas break is coming up. Do you have anything constructive for your children to do during Christmas break? Do you? I'm asking. Do you? Do you have anything constructive for your children to do over Christmas break besides watching TV, besides playing on their phone, playing on the Xbox, or playing on the PS4? Do you have anything constructive set up? If you do not, I want to encourage you to put your child in the financial literacy children's program I have developed that will literally give them information that I wish I would have had 25 years ago. Literally information that I wish I had 25 years ago. This is a perfect opportunity during Christmas break for you to get your children learning this information now. This is the perfect opportunity during Christmas break to get your children to learn this information now. My goal is to help the next generation and have them be successful. Whether you take the program I've developed, whether you take a different program, whether you look at Dave Ramsey, whether you look at whoever, Susie Orman, or whatever financial educators in whatever space, it's not just about you purchasing the program I've developed. It's about making sure your child is successful. Whether that happens through my program or not is fine with me, but I want the next generation to be successful. Me as a millennial, I have made the sacrifice that I am going to do everything to teach the next generation all the things I wish I would have learned growing up. All the things I wish I would have learned growing up. So I would say during Christmas break, put your children in these type of programs. Teach them investing. Teach them financial literacy. Teach them wealth building. Teach them real estate. Teach them entrepreneurship. Teach them how to sell, whether that's slime, whether that's baseball cards, whether that's cookies, whether that's candy, whether that's t-shirts. Teach your kids how to be producers. Our children need to be producers. They have to learn how to sell. They have to learn how to market. They have to learn how to be competitive. They need to learn how to invest and have ownership and have assets and everything. They need to understand the game. If your children do not understand the game, do not be surprised that when they grow up, they have a lot of problems and you start over with every generation. So if you would like access to the program, go to futurefinancialguru.com. That's futurefinancialguru.com. We already have a number of children signed up, parents signing them up. People love the program. There's quizzes in the program. There's a final test in the program. You have access to me on, Q&A sessions and, direct contact if you need anything one-off. Absolutely. But I strongly encourage during Christmas break, this is the perfect opportunity to have them wake up every day and log in and learn information that will change their life. So if you would like access to the program, go to futurefinancialguru.com. That's futurefinancialguru.com. Is your child worth the investment? You probably spent thousands and thousands of dollars for Christmas gifts. If you don't celebrate it, maybe birthday or whatever, thousands and thousands of dollars. We'll spend thousands of dollars on material items, but if a program is $100 or $200, that's too much. So you're trying to say, and people tell me this all the time, and it's really hilarious. So $200 to invest for your child's education, something that will change their life, that's too much money. How much do you love your child? How much do you love your child? I want to know, because if 200, even if someone, me or someone else, sold a financial literacy children's program for $2,000, and I wouldn't do that. But let's say I did. If all that did was help your child not be in debt ever because they understand they never get a car note. They never take student loan debt because they know that game. They never take credit card debt. They instantly become an investor by investing in the stock market. They start a business. They learn how to market and sell and sell products. They learn digital marketing, all that type. If all $2,000 or $3,000 in a program, the foundation that got them started, did that, would that be worth it? Let me know. Would it be worth it? So the fact that me or a Boyce Watkins or someone else can put out a program and charge you $100, $200, $300 for a program that will literally change your life, from people that have thousands and thousands of hours of experience, years of experience, people that actually care, people that actually want to make a difference in the community, when they charge $100, $200, $300 for a program, but that's too much. How much do you love your child? How much do you love your child? If you don't have $300 to invest for your child's education, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, because the thing is, there are thousands, millions of people that actually see value in it, and those are the people I rock with. Those are the people. I can literally show you my email inbox of people that have read my book, people that have taken my programs, people that have put their children in my programs and say it literally changed their life. This is the result that they got. Now they have more money in their 401k. Now their child, has a business online and selling on Amazon. Now the child understands how to be an investor. They start buying shares of stock in Nike because they don't just line up for Jordans. I could literally show you my email inbox. So over Christmas break, this is the perfect opportunity to get your child and waking up, motivated, and learning something every day that's going to change their life. So when they go back to school, now they can start, selling slime in school. Now they're talking about other kids about how many shares they got in Disney while other kids are just watching the Disney Channel. So if you would like access to the program, go to futurefinancialguru.com. Futurefinancialguru.com. Is your child worth the investment?